Hi, I'm Collin Armstrong, and this is my problem-solving speech, and it is over climate change. Now, a lot of people, when they hear climate change, they think of global warming, which global warming is actually not really as much of a problem as we think. Global warming is actually a cycle that the Earth, it kind of regulates its body, like a human does when it has a fever. The temperatures will slowly rise and they'll slowly lower, and it's a cycle that completes itself over and over again. But we can help slow that process down if we can just find ways to reduce our footprint. So today I will be discussing the problem we face with climate change, as well as the steps we can take to slow the cycle down, basically. So let's get into it. First, I'm going to discuss the problem. So the problem starts with climate change, obviously. We face extinction. Here's a fact that I just found out. 905 species are already extinct, and over 16,000 are on the list to go extinct within the near future. And that is just something that could affect us greatly. We're losing the coral reef at an alarming rate, and little known, but the coral reef also produces oxygen just like a tree. So if we lose the coral reef, we lose a percentage of our oxygen supply. So that's something we need to get on. And the last part of the problem is our use of fossil fuels. I have this graph of U.S. Greenhouse emissions in 2014. And this big portion right here, 81% is carbon dioxide, which comes from our fossil fuels, gas, diesel, oil, all that. Pink, we have methane, which is animal gases, human gases, everything like that. 6% nitrous oxide, so kind of like nuclear stuff. And this little 3% is basically a gas that the Earth produces itself. But those are our problems. So secondly, I brainstormed a few ideas that we can use to slow this problem or help eradicate this problem. First was we could unplug any devices in our house that we're not currently using. Fun fact, appliances can account for 20% of Americans' household energy consumption, and 10% of that energy is wasted completely because it's plugged in even when it's not turned on. So not only does it save energy, but it will save you money in the long run. Also, we could have an earth tax. So not expensive, but we just add a little tax onto the end of the year taxes, and basically that taxes goes towards earth conservation and stuff of that nature. And a third way we could solve this is creating more national parks or protected areas. That way we can't reach and destroy multiple other areas in our earth. So those are some options. Now our final part of the speech is the final solution, which in my opinion, I believe the final solution is a hybrid of all of our options, and really just spreading awareness to everyone so they know what's going on, and they can do little things throughout their day and their lives that help slow this process down. Ultimately, we won't fix a problem unless we actually start doing something. So that's the main fix, is actually getting up and doing something about it. So that is basically the fixes to the problem. So in conclusion, climate change to me is the most dangerous problem we face in today's society, because we're going to have children. We're not going to be here forever, but I want a healthy earth for everyone's further generations so we can make it last as long as we can. Our problems are growing daily, so that means solutions need to be happening daily. So there are some things that we can start today that will fix our problem, and I think that's where we should start. So ultimately, we are not permanent on this earth. Our time will run out, but we can make the world a better place for the future, and we can expand that time limit and hopefully fix this problem. Thank you for listening.